Modern Enemy, California Hardcore. Welcome to England.
Thank you. We appreciate it.
It's excellent.
Last year we saw you. You were playing with Fang.
Correct.
And now you've got Modern Enemy. How did that come about?
Well, last year I just filled in for Fang, for Sammy. There was some stuff going on back in the Bay Area, so he needed someone to fill in. I've known Sammy for a long time, so I just agreed to do the tour and stuff. I started Modern Enemy about just a little over 2 years ago. That's my main band. And it was a slow process through Craigslist, actually. Found this guy, went through a couple guitar players, a couple bass players, until we were actually going to call it quits. And I told him, I'm going to Costa Rica. You got a month to find a guitar player and a bass player, otherwise we'll be done. I came home and we had 2 guitar players and a bass player.
Not too bad.
There you go.
Was it all through Craigslist, though?
No, it wasn't.
I'm impressed that you got somebody that you wanted to keep in the band through Craigslist, of all places.
Yeah,
I'm very
pretty much
impressed,
It was us too, yeah. I mean, we were the ones that kind of survived throughout the whole thing, with going through all the other bass players, guitar players, trying to find the right match. Ashley Kyle, who's our guitar player here, has been a good friend of mine for many. I knew him since he was a little kid.
Oh, wow.
And it just so happened he was in another band, Skot band, and they weren't doing much at the time, and I just kind of happened to hit him up, and he's listened to our CD. He said, hey, man, I think I might like doing this. And then Kyle, well, if you want to talk to him, he can tell you his story regarding our bass player, because that's how we got our bass player.
Okay, now your story.
Yeah, we didn't meet through any Craigslist misconnections or anything, but this guy Jake here, our bass player, was in my old band called Argyle Street.
Yep.
And then, yeah, when we were in need for a bass player, he was the first guy that I called up. There was nobody else that I was going to call up but this guy.
And you guys have all just meshed ever since.
Oh yeah. So having played with him before in our previous band, we had some chemistry. So we kind of brought our chemistry, because we, after years of playing together, we brought that in, and it was the rest is history.
And your chemistry matched their chemistry, and
Our chemistry doesn't always
different.
match.
We all love punk rock, and I think that is where it meets. It's in the middle ground, I think that is where we've all been brought together, and as we continue to play, it just kind of turns into what it is now, and it's awesome.
And what is happening now with the band? We know where you've been, but anything new happening aside from this big tour you've just come off, or you're just finishing, I should
No,
say?
actually, we're actually not just under halfway through the tour. We still have 7 more shows to go.
Oh, okay. I thought you were at the tail end, so
No,
you've
I
got a
wish.
bit more.
I'm tired. No, we just released our new record. It's called Rise and Fall, that we've been working on and off throughout the year, but we wanted to really get it done before we played Rebellion in Ireland as well. So we were happy that we got to be able to finish that, to bring it over here.
Yeah, after the tour, we're taking a little bit of a, not necessarily a break, but we're definitely cutting down on our shows through the rest of the year. Just try to really get some good shows in the States. Mr. Skot here is expecting a baby here soon, so
Daddy again?
Another one.
so it'll be a good time for us, and just to kind of take a little bit of a break, not necessarily stop, but just to take some time off after all this tour. And we played a lot this summer, played a lot of good shows, and traveled a lot, spent a lot of money. But hey, it's part of being in a band.
Part of being in a band, it's part of punk rock.
Yes, it is.
You gotta love it though.
Oh God, yeah.
That's why we do it. We do it for the joy, what it brings to people, the live energy, makes it all worth it. We play one of those shows, and it's just, you leave feeling just grateful for making people just smile and stuff,
Oh yeah, I think that's probably the most rewarding part of being in a band, is you bring other people joy.
Yeah, absolutely, hands down, for sure. For me at least. I think for all of us, we get off stage and it's just like we're always just so psyched. It's between the fast music and everything. It's great.
Yeah, that's one thing though, is playing here. This was kind of Scott's brainchild, was to play over here. He's like, you guys don't even understand. Scott's got the experience over here, we haven't. So I'll tell you what, it's amazing here. We played in Ireland before. This is my first time in England, but it's been an amazing experience. People here are just it's such a great community this side of the pond, and that's why we enjoyed coming back. We played in Dublin last year in October. That was our first trip here as a band, and we were like, yeah, we got to go back. It's too much fun, and the people have always been very accepting of us, which we love. Having that acceptance means a lot to us. So more so even in the States. So it is what it is. But
The community is really pulled together to help you get some dates, to help you get in touch with the promoters, and really get the tour fleshed out even more than it already was from when you started. So
Yeah, I mean it's tough when you started a band from scratch, and nobody on the planet's really ever heard of you. And with today's technology, unfortunately, you got to go through social media and the other ways, unlike the old days where you would post a flyer or word of mouth or trading tapes or vinyl, what have you. So to be able to do what we have done as a band in just over 2 years, being able to come to Europe twice, totally grateful. I'm turning 50 this year, and to be able to still do this from going to my first show in 1981, I guess you just don't grow out of it.
No, it's a part of you. And even this year, I mean, you played your first year at Rebellion, and you didn't start on the introducing stage. You went right to one of the bigger stages. And that's pretty big accomplishment for Rebellion.
Yeah. Again, I don't know. I'm just, it's a weird dynamic this band has, because musically we come from similar music backgrounds, but honestly completely different. Every one of us is completely different, even in our personal lives. But whatever goes on when we're at practice or writing, we really don't even have to communicate what we want out of one another. It kind of just unfolds on its own. So it's relatively easy for us to write, and we don't get along all the time, but that's normal.
The family does.
But we do it. We stay together because we believe in what we do, and we think what we're doing. If you just reach that one kid like I was reached back in 1981, it changed my life, and I never looked back. So, I mean, if I can do that for one more kid, then my life is good.
Your job is done then. And you just got to keep going and finding all the kids that you can reach.
Doing my best.
As many as we can. As many as we can.
We'll just keep having kids.
It's gonna be one or
Number
the
5?
Number 4. This will be number 4, yeah.
So you're thinking about number 5, though.
I'll start another band with my kids when they're older.
That's it. That's what you do.
he's getting a whole band together right now is what he's doing apparently. He's just looking ahead.
It'll be one of those family bands. It is.
Yeah,
It
Nelson
is?
number 5.
I like that.
Catchy.
It's like Jackson 5 too.
Yeah,
Nelson
that's
5. It's a whole family band.
Yeah.
He's a Nelson 5. Scott does not like that.
Yeah, I know. I'm sorry. I was just teasing. It is catchy though. Come on.
Catchy, but you say no.
Oh, it's fine. I'm so tired. Whatever. It could be called whatever. The whatever 5s, and I'm fine with it.
You're fine with that now. Well, I want to thank you guys so much, and I really appreciate you speaking with us, and really looking forward to seeing you on the stage tonight at Bloodstains.
Thank
Thank
you.
you so much for
Thanks.
interviewing.
Yeah, thank
We
you.
appreciate it.
Thank you. And buy their stuff. It's really good.